Hey everybody. It's Sunday. It's like the 29th, I think, or 30th. Uh, just checking in. It's raining here in Kansas City, and I've already been out to do things. I don't even think it's 11 o'clock yet here in KC. I don't. It's 10:32, and I've already got all my running around done for the day. But I come to you today to talk a little bit about where I see some problems with people and their weight. So a lot of times we hear this excuse, is what I want to call it, and uh, I know people are going to disagree with me, but you hear this excuse that obesity is based on your genetics, and I don't believe that. I think it's an excuse. I think it's an excuse for people to say, well, my mom was fat or my dad was fat, so I'm fat. I understand that your metabolism, the way your metabolism responds to things, can be genetic. But the thing that people are forgetting is you're picking up, when you're a child, you pick up your parents' habits because you idolize your parents. You want to be like them. So if you have active parents, you're naturally probably going to be a fairly active child and fairly active, young adult. If you have sedentary parents, you're probably going to be fairly sedentary. Or you're going to look at your parents like, I don't want to be that way. I need to do something. I'm going to do something not to be, so I don't get big and fat. So, here's the thing. My parents, when they graduated high school, were tiny. My grandparents were tiny. I is always the biggest person in my family. But again, it goes back to, where did my obesity start? With habits. I would hang out with my father and we'd watch TV, and it'd be, oh, we're watching TV. I had the munchies. My dad would always say that. I had the munchies. Let's go get something to eat. Let's fix a couple sandwiches each. Okay, so watching TV, I should be eating because that's what my dad's doing. I may not be hungry, but I'm watching TV and I should be eating. And I shouldn't have one sandwich. I should have two sandwiches because my dad is having two sandwiches. And it just progressed. So, farther and farther where I was taking more responsibility for myself, I would watch TV and I'd have a bag of popcorn, or I'd have two sandwiches, or a bowl of cereal, or just nonstop mindless snacking. And over years and years, I became morbidly obese. A lot of people that I see that are larger, it's not a genetics thing. Their family is skinny. Same with people who are skinny, they can have family that is large. You can't. The medical world wants to use all these excuses for people. And then they want to turn around and say, there's nothing you can do about it. It's like, but you know what? We have the surgery that we can do. We can do gastric bypass. We can do this lap band surgery. Your insurance will pay for it because you're obese. And it's a medical necessity. Here's the thing. You have gastric bypass. You have lap band. Most people who have those procedures done gain the weight back. That's because they haven't made the changes in their life to keep the weight off. It's like anything else. It's like going on a crash diet, dropping a quick 30 pounds, and not making those changes to keep that weight off. I remember one of my first attempts at losing weight, I had done the Ally diet. And really quick, fast weight loss. I was so proud of myself. Came off the Ally, got a sedentary job, gained double the weight back. I didn't change myself. I didn't go through, I wasn't becoming an active person. I was just focusing on, oh, I can take this pill that's going to have some side effects if I eat the wrong things while I'm eating it. So while I take this pill, I'm going to eat the right things so I don't suffer from these side effects associated with it. It's like, oh, well, I'm done. I don't need to take it anymore. I can eat whatever again because I'm fine. So, you've got to make the lifestyle changes. You got to become, we always talk about, abs are made in the kitchen. It's true that your health and fitness is 80% nutrition easily. The thing is just eating healthy. Yeah, you're going to drop weight, but you're also going to, if you're not active, you're not exercising, you're still going to have issues. I mean, a healthy person, someone who's skinny, can still suffer a major heart attack at a young age because they're not active. They're not working on their cardiovascular health. So, I don't know. Just these little things tend to irritate me, and doctors wanted to put in people's minds, and the media wanted to put in people's minds that obesity is genetic just irks me to death. Because I don't believe like I said, there are ties. Your metabolism can be genetic, but I do not believe that everyone out there who's obese is obese because of genetics. Because if we really go back down the line, let's go back to the 1800s even, where obesity wasn't commonplace. We go through even to like 1980s where obesity was not a common thing. You can't tell me that all of a sudden everyone's genetics changed. And that's why every single state in America has a high obesity rate. You can't tell me that. A doctor may want to argue it, I'm sure, because doctors like to argue so they can put pills down your throat to keep you unhealthy, to keep you going there, to line their pockets, to refer you to one of their surgeon friends to have a procedure done that you don't need done. So, that's kind of my rant for the day. Um, Again, it's my views, and I know there's other people out there that do agree with me, and I know there's other people out there that will argue tooth and nail saying that it is proven fact that obesity is genetic, and they're blind because they're believing into what the medical field tells you, and the medical professionals lie to the people all the time. They're ordering tests that don't need to be done quite often. They're How often do you spend a lot of time with your doctor? I went for my shoulder just recently. He spent about 3 minutes with me, touched me in one spot on my back, and said, "I'm going to give you some Vicodin and some muscle relaxers." And I can call doctors and just say, "Hey, you know what? I've got some pain. I can't make it in," and they'll send a prescription to the pharmacy for me without even seeing me. So I'm sorry. I don't trust doctors, and I don't really believe too much to come out of their mouth. So that's just my views, but take them for what you will, and yeah, I'll catch you next time.